So our next topic is mobility. Why mobility? Because the conductivity arises from mobile charge carriers. The conductivity in these materials arise from mobile charge carriers. Mobile means something that is moving. So charge carriers are moving, that is giving rise to the conductivity. Now let us see what is mobility. Mobility is an important quantity and it is represented by mu. Now what is mobility? Mobility is the magnitude of drift velocity per unit electric field. So previously we have seen this drift velocity was proportional to electric field. So if there is a proportionality constant, let us put this proportionality constant to be mu. This mu is called mobility. Mu is called mobility. So we had seen this capital Vi is equal to small vi plus or sorry minus E tau by m. This was the equation, and this small vi when we average this was 0, and this vi we said if after average this became Vd. So Vd is simply proportional to E. So this equation comes from there, and this Vd is equal to a proportionality constant which is mu. Vd is equal to mu E. If you see here, so this Vd is equal to minus E. Vd is proportional to minus E. Hence they have taken a mod. Mod means we are neglecting the sign, only the value is remaining. So what does this negative say? Negative say that the drift velocity is opposite to the direction of the electric field, because these are electrons and their direction of drift velocity is opposite to the direction of the electric field. So they have taken a mod. From this mod, mu is equal to Vd upon E. So in simple language, that if we apply electric field, then how much would be the drift velocity, or we can say that how much would be the electricity per unit electric field, that is called drift. In simple language, if Vd is more, then charge carrier would be more mobile with the same electric field. Let us say electric field is 10 to the power 4 volt per meter. One charge carrier has a drift velocity of 1.1 millimeter per second. Okay, another charge carrier has a drift velocity of 2.0 millimeter per second. So definitely on the same electric field, these charge carriers have higher Vd, higher drift velocity. That means they are more mobile. That means they are moving fast. So their velocity is much higher. So mobility is an important quantity which tells us that if we apply electric field, how fast the charge carriers will move. Now the units of mobility. The unit is meter square per volt second. Meter square per volt second. How did we get this unit? See, mobility is velocity. Velocity is meter per second, and electric field is volt per meter. Since it is in denominator, so volt is in denominator, in meter is numerator. So meter square per volt second. So this is the unit of mobility, meter square per volt second, and is 10 to the power 4 of the mobility in practical units. Why? Because this is meter square per volt second, but this is not a unit which is generally used. Generally we use centimeter square per volt second, and you know meter is equal to 100 centimeter, and meter square is equal to 10 to the power 4. centimeter square. So hence in centimeter square per volt second, it is 10 to the power 4 times of that. So this is more commonly used unit for mobility. So we use the unit of mobility to be centimeter square volt per volt second, and 1 meter square upon volt second is equal to 10 to the power 4 centimeter square per volt second. So this is 10 to the power 4 times. This is more commonly used. This is SI unit. Please remember the conversion, because most of the time it is given in centimeter square per volt second, but you have to calculate using this meter square per volt second. Now from that formula we know, we have just seen that Vd is equal to E tau E by m. This is the mobility. We had just seen that capital Vi is equal to Vd, and that was E tau E by m. So this is the mobility. Again, if you see here there is no direction, only the magnitude. So magnitude is E tau E by m, that is the magnitude of mobility. So now if we see this, how can we calculate the mobility? Vd is equal to mu E. That was I was saying mobility, that is the magnitude of the drift velocity. Drift velocity is equal to mu E, and when we compare this, so Vd to Vd, E is cancelled out, mu is equal to E tau by m. So we get Vd by E, if we divide it by E, so E tau by m, that is mobility, E tau by m. So mobility is E tau by m, where what is tau? Tau is the average collision time for electrons. Average collision time for electrons, and mobility is E tau by m. Again, mobility is an important quantity. It will give you a sense that how fast the charge carriers will move when you apply an electric field. Now we have seen Ohm's law, but there are certain limitations of Ohm's law. That means in some cases this Ohm's law fails. So what are those cases? Let us see in which cases Ohm's law fails. So although Ohm's law has been found valid for over a large class of material, that means it is valid for most of the material, there do exist materials and devices used in electrical circuits where proportionality of V and I does not hold. So there are materials or devices where this V is proportional to I ratio does not hold. So let us see what are those cases. So this is first case, V ceases to be proportional to I. So in this case, so what was Ohm's law? V is proportional to I or V is equal to IR. Okay, this is Ohm's law. But here if we see, so this is V. So if you see, so this is an equation of a straight line. So that means if you plot, let us say V and I on a scale, on a graph, so this should be a line. This should be a line, because as voltage increase, the current increases, again voltage increases, again current increases. So this should be a line. So it is shown by this line. But many times it has been seen that at higher voltage there is a deviation and it does not follow the trend of this simple line. Straight line nature of this curve does not follow, especially at higher voltages. So at lower voltages it follows this straight line, but at higher voltages there is some deviation from this, which is a limitation of Ohm's law. So the dashed line represents the linear Ohm's law. The solid line is the voltage V, this is voltage V versus current I curve for a conductor. Even for a good conductor like copper, or we can say aluminium, this law is not perfectly valid for very large potential differences or very large voltages. At large potentials, it shows some deviation from its ideal characteristics. Ideal characteristics is a straight line. It shows some deviation from this its ideal characteristics.